Are you serious? There's lag? Right here, guy. Hopefully there's no lag. Detected. What's going on, guy? Shade Tree, RC Master, Hector Santos, Dan Beards, Big and Cool, John D. And Hot Hoopty, what's going on? Just Trashy, what's going on, man? Right? Dalton. Yep, absolutely, man. When I heard this, I was like, how is there like a song out there from Soundgarden that like I haven't heard? What's going on, guy? Maybe a different way to start the stream, right? Get a little that morning tune kind of thing happening. Good song, man. I'm telling you, sometimes, man, there are some groups out there that almost hit stop stream by accident. I'm trying to find the button to stop the music. So anyways, that's actually the name of that song is Of Men and Wolves. No, wait a minute. I don't know. Oh, no. Wait a minute. All right. So it must be the album is Of Men and Wolves featuring Tommy. I don't even know. You know what it looks like? Lundberg. All right. Does anybody remember the name Lundberg? Like, I think it's Lundberg. There was a movie called Office Space. It's pretty funny. You slept with Lundberg. But it's called I don't know how they know my name. I was like, you know, when you go through like music and stuff, and I was like trying to, you know, pick out, you know, songs and stuff. And then like there's sometimes when I'm like watching the footage, I already have like an idea of potentially what song I might want to put to it if I'm going to do any of that, you know, cinematic buttery smooth. So I joke around. It's like that, you know, that cinematic part. Well, I'll just slow stuff down. I'll do a couple clips and, you know, whatever, and try to make it, I guess, entertaining. It works for me. There is something I wanted to address, and this is going to be kind of like a weird thing to say, but I smell my hand, right? And I know, come on, go easy. The only thing that I've touched right now that I've put on this bench, right, is the Big Rock. And I'm not really like a tire smeller. You know what I mean? But I'm like, what is that smell? Like, I mean, there's something going on here. Did I like run through like a pile of poop or something? Like, and I didn't realize it, and I didn't. I think I realized something about. All right. Now, I'm not positive like if everybody's got like a I'm not positive if everybody's got like a Harbor Freight near them. But when you walk into certain stores, like let's just say like you know, back in the day when you actually could go to a mall, you know, and not have to wear a mask. Back in the day when you could go to a mall inside and you know, whatever, shop or whatever you were there for. You'd walk by like a couple of stores, and a couple of stores would like have a certain smell. Like Hollister had like their certain smell, and I'm pretty sure Hollister like sprayed all their clothing with some kind of Hollister smell. Then you go by like Victoria's Secret, and obviously Victoria's Secret has a smell. Usually, you know, walking by that, it's kind of like a pleasing smell. You know, kind of like, you know, I guess it wants to attract you in. And even like, I think walking by the old Radio Shacks, it was like an electronic smell or something, right? Man, I'm telling you, wherever these ties are coming from, and I'm not talking about the kaijus, okay? This is what I've ironed it down to be. I am not sure what it is. I have not run through a pile of poop with this truck. But I smell these tires, right? Because I'm just curious. I'm like, this is literally the only thing I've touched. But then you see that right there? See that? Does anybody know what the tread pattern is of that tire? Man, I'm just finding more and more stuff about my EXP Creighton that I don't like. Now, I don't run through piles of poop, but I'll tell you, look at this. Where's this water coming from? Wait a minute, where's the water coming from? What the heck? It's not from the big rock. I think there's water in this tire. And it's not septic juice. The tire, the rubber or something of this Copperhead 2. And the reason why I say, I mean, come on, I had kids. So obviously, you know, you would know what poop smells like. So, and I have dogs and we had cats. So yes, I know what poop smells like. This tire from my EXP Creighton smells like a pile of poop. So I don't know what's going on, man. It's definitely not the Kaiju's. Yeah. Oh, gross. And I say a pile of poop, and it's really not you know, poop. I don't know what it is, but you know, when you walk by, you go into Harbor Freight, if you got those stores, you go into Harbor Freight. Harbor Freight just has a certain smell, just like Hollister and you know, Victoria's Secret, and you know, different stores just have certain smells. Like, you know, you go by a restaurant, let's say you go by like Mamma Mia's, some place that like cooks good Italian. Well, yeah, they cook all right Italian food. You know, you go by like Mamma Mia's or whatever, and you just get like that. You get that like smell of like spaghetti sauce and sausages and, you know, good stuff. And then like you go by like TGI Fridays or you go by Red Robin, and it's just like all you smell is like burgers. Like, I mean, right now my mouth is watering because I just said Red Robin. If you haven't gone to a Red Robin to go eat a burger, you know, if you're a burger eater, go to Red Robin and eat a burger. They're pretty good. Even go down. They do takeout. So, but I wanted to address something right away. So on the last video that I did with this big rock, I had mentioned like what I've done for like mods, and it's really nothing. There are really no like mods that I would really say that I've done to this truck. I don't really consider what I've done to it a mod, even though it's just kind of a mod. It's just putting parts on it. Like, I mean, I don't know. Mods to me in my head is something different. So I am running the M2C 17 millimeter hex adapters, which quality wise, definitely awesome quality. I would like to see the barrel nut a little bit longer, but I've been told that, you know, Eric and the Rich, the kings of sending it, I guess, I've been told that, you know, they're not having any problems, and that's awesome. That's great. But I'm also, you know, I'm a little different. You know, I'm not a Rich Duper Dash, and I'm not a the other guy there, RC Dude 81. So I maybe just do things differently. I don't wait for my thread lock to marinate and cure. I like to just get out there. I don't have patience for any of that stuff. And forever, that's what I do. I will Loctite something and rip it. And literally the centrifugal force, the actual getting out there and rip it, cures my thread lock like that. So it's proven by me. But with these M2C Racing adapters, I mean, maybe there should be. I mean, I don't know what to say, man. Good quality. I'm not having an issue with the company at all. It is my fault. I probably should have let the thread lock cure, but I would also like to see a couple of more threads on these barrel nuts that are in here. This is my first piece of M2C, so I really can't speak. I will say that what I can speak to, I can technically kind of speak to the quality. So I had swapped out. I had to swap. Well, I didn't swap out. I lost one of the awesome pieces of M2C, which was their barrel nut. This is not their barrel nut. This is a steel barrel nut. This is not the right one to use, but it's all I had. I'm not going to pay $40 for a set of, you know, M2C pieces of candy and then not be able to use it just because I was a moron and didn't wait for my thread lock to cure. So I went ahead and I took it upon myself to throw a washer on there and use, you know, one of these, which it's got a better thread bite because it bites more threads, but it's inferior. This piece is 100%, or maybe, all right, let's say, I can't say 100%. Let's just say this piece right here, because it's steel, because it's not as thick, it's 90% inferior. That's a lot. Am I saying this right? Do I mean this is 90% inferior? Do I mean it's 10% inferior? Yeah, I'll say it's 90% inferior. So, and through the smashing and crashing and bashing and thrashing and whatever I do, again, like I said, you know, I wasn't talking like Duper Dash and 81, you know, RC Dude 81 level, but I can send an RC within its 3S limits. And I'm not using ramps, and I'm just using, you know, what is like there. It's like real time, real world kind of like, you know, kind of thrashing, just using what you've got and you just go out and rip it. So what I do want to show you right now is that this inferior, you know, this inferior piece right here is the problem. So I had showed on my last video. Was it my last video? I don't even know where I am in videos right now. Whatever video it was that I took it out to the street, that metal barrel nut is bent. So, but now I'm only saying that without investigating. So what I need to do is that, you know what I should do? I don't even know if this is even on YouTube. I could be like blabbing about nothing. I should have the monitor on just to see if I even got a thing, because I was like literally going on for like a half an hour yesterday or whatever the day was that I had the live stream issues. That's why I wasn't doing live streams, because live streams have been kind of junk lately and nobody wants to go on a live stream that's a piece of garbage. You know what I mean? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pause for a second. I'll jump into chat, but I want to make sure I'm actually like live. I have no other way of doing this other than opening up my own live stream on YouTube. So how do I even do this? My channel. Jeez, I forget. COVID and coffee. Bam. Do we even have anything? I upgraded my soap. Be quiet. It's double playing an ad. Skip the ad. We're out here. Skip the ad. All right. It's actually not bad. All right. It's actually not bad. But how do I turn the volume down? It's actually not bad. There we go. All right, so at least I can see that there is something on the screen. I'm going to jump into chat right now and see if anybody did the RC Guy Garage thing, because that's when I know you're actually talking to me. I think I did see a red box. At least I thought I saw a red box. Maybe I didn't. All right, nobody's talking to me. All right, so that means I can just keep going. All right, so yeah, I don't know what's going on with the Copperhead 2s, but man, they smell like a piece of poop. I'm going to just turn this camera around. I'm going to show you what's going on with wheel wobble. The M2C stuff is definitely some really good quality stuff. There is Redcat Racing. There is a hot racing thing that somebody was telling me that will work like in place of the M2C. So what I think I might do until I can get, you know, M2C, you know, when I can buy the little nuts, I'm going to wait. I'm just going to rip these off. I'm going to put the, I'll put the hot racing ones on. I just got to figure out what hot racing ones they are, but I wanted to show you, you know what I might even do? I might even do like half hot racing and half like M2C. I don't know. So I'm going to spin this side. See, you can see the wobble, right? I think you can see the wobble. Maybe you can't. If I turn this way. Oop. Doesn't help when the when the lugs are kicking the camera. All right, so I'm going to spin this. You can see the wobble. See the wobble? So what I'm hoping, which is pretty scary, what I'm hoping it's not the axle. I'm honestly hoping that it's my inferior by 90%. I'm assuming it's my inferior nut, but I figured break it down. We're going to look at this big rock. I literally left it the way it was, like from ripping it. I mean, it's chunks. There was chunks of mud on this thing. So, like I said, left it the way it was. It kind of like, I don't know, how do I say it? Kind of almost deserves to be left this way. This truck is mint. GRC, what's going on, guy? You talking to me? Big and cool, what's going on, guy? 4 degrees. Yeah, well, I don't know, man. It's. Oh, wait a minute. No, dude, if it's 4 degrees, do not drive your. No, do not drive your Baja. It's paused. It's literally paused, isn't it? Or is it me? Did I pause it? Oh, I paused it. Oh, my God. I thought the stream was junk again. What is going on here? Is this working? I think I'll just leave it like that. That's what we get with you. Get a double screen. It's pretty nuts. That's kind of cool, actually. All right. Which screen are you guys going to focus on? What is that? Girth Rockwell. What's going on, guy? I think this is your first time here. Shane, what's going on, guy? Robert, Ken Andy, what's going on, man? Good morning. Put outside. Oh, dude, I would never. Nah, you know what? Nah, don't tell them to do that. That cage will snap like toothpicks. That'll be a bad scenario. 1, 2, 3, 4. So a 4-second delay, not too bad. All right, so I'm just gonna pop this off. Again, I'm fairly confident we didn't actually bend the spindle. I'm fairly axle, whatever you want to call it. It looks like a spindle to me. It's a little tiny axle. I'm pretty sure I can actually see right now that, yeah, pretty sure that's actually bent. And I'm just gonna pull it off right now and see. Now, with this setup, I also can't just take the 17 and rip it off like the M2C, and that's why M2C designed theirs like with a 7mm box. So that, or a 7mm socket, so that you can actually get in there and tighten it up. With this one, it's an 8, and that won't work. So I need to pop that off right there, which means I need this junk. Was this one? Ah, yeah. You know what? It actually might have been loose. But I'm thinking it also might be bent. But see with this one just grabs. Do you know what I mean? Like I said, that's the only issue I've got. So as long as this isn't bent, might not be bent. Oh, no, it actually is. I can see it wobbling. It's bent. At least I think I can. Might have just loosened up. Come on. Holy smokes. Wow. All right. What's going on here? It's literally thread locked on, maybe. So these things are meant. The way these little shore lock things are designed, these are actually pretty cool. I like that. So what is going on with my hex? Why won't it come off? Now let's spin this and see if it's... Now, it looks like it's wobbling, but it's only wobbling. It's not, I'm assuming it's not the axle. So I think literally like it's thread locked on. All right, let's get in there. Pop this bad boy off of there. Wow, did I really thread lock it that much on there? Or is the pin? That could be a possibility. The pin is either jammed or it's like mega thread locked. What the heck? Oh, wow. I think it's the thread lock. It's coming slow. Yeah, wow. I thread locked that. Well, obviously I thread locked that good enough, man. But what I wanted to do is I just wanted to see, like, the thread lock was literally, the thread lock locked the backside of the hex on. Now, I'll probably take this out for one more rip. And then I'm going to, like, basically probably either take it out for another rip, then maybe take it to diamond dust, because I really want to take this to diamond dust. I just can't have the wet snow because these tires definitely don't like the wet snow. And if anything, look at all the mud and stuff that are in there. And also, the other thing that I had noticed, when I was checking for venting, I was really not being very intelligent here. Half of the truck is vented, the other half is not. These are the brand new tires. The tires that are on the driver's side, those are the ones that are vented. So I got to get these vented. So I'm going to end up venting these with my blowtorch and that driver that I do. Just use the driver, heat up the driver, vent the tires. I like it this way better. Drill bits don't work. Drill bits are garbage. At least the drill bits that I have. But there is water. There's so many. Yeah, it's coming out of the wheel. Yeah. So that's where the water's coming from. So I'm going to have to clean this up and tape those holes, vent the tires. The other side is fine. So what I wanted to do real quick, though, is I wanted to check. Oh, no. Oh, no. It is bent. Oh, that's no good, man. Yeah, it's bent. Uh-oh. Probably won't focus on it, though, will it? Focus on this. God, focus on it. Focus. Here we go. Hey, look at that. Well, you'll see it wiggle. See it? It is bent. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to see if it's the hole or if it's just the threads. It looks like it's just the thread. So what I can do, rotate it in this position right here. And I can put that thing back on and I can just literally wedge it over. But I got to make sure I'm wedging it over the right way. So it needs to go that way. So on something like this, because obviously it's actually the threaded portion is bent that way. Right there. So what I'll do is I'll actually bend it this way. So I'll reinstall that little barrel nut. This one right here. I think this is it, right? Is that the right barrel nut? Here it is. Just to protect the threads. And then what I'm going to do is just take a pair of pliers and I'm just going to crank on the crank on that and just give it like a little bit of a tweak if I can. Let's see if that worked. Probably made it worse. Oh man, that's almost dead on. That's so close. It is a little bit. A little bit of a tweak. Now if I can take that and tweak that up a little bit. Should be able to just tweak it upward just a bit. I don't know if that was enough. Still looks like it has the slightest bit. Right there, it's face down. But that is better, though. Yeah. That is better. Man, the perfectionist in me is like flipping out right now. Right there. I think it's right there, right? Up. Lowest point right there. So I'm just going to give it just a slight tweak up. Let's see if that worked. Oh, barrel nut's gone. That's it. That's fixed. So that's all set now. So all right, so here's the unfortunate thing. So the unfortunate thing for me and this big rock right now, I don't want to continue running the M2C 17 millimeter adapter only because I've got the piece of garbage. These, you know what I'm saying? Like when you put this in there, the M2C doesn't allow this to happen. Okay. The piece of garbage one does. So I can't conscience wise, I can't keep running these 17s like that because I feel what I don't want to do is I don't want people thinking that I'm saying that M2C stuff is garbage because it's obviously not. The guy wouldn't stay in business if his stuff was junk, and it's not. So what I'm going to do is I am going to take off the M2C and then just like wait until I can get like, you know, a barrel nut for it that will do what I want. So that's unfortunate, but that's also, you know, basically I think saying that M2C stuff is pretty damn good. It's just don't be a moron and don't like not let the thread lock cure like I did. Although I still want to see more threads on the barrel nut though. I do have to say that. I do want more threads on the barrel nut. So I'll be switching back over to the 14s for now. Throw on the stock tires and wheels, and it'll rip. It'll still rip. I did have the experience now with the kaijus. The kaijus in dry conditions. Wow. Like, I mean, I did have a little bit of body conflict. I don't know if you saw it, but in that video, I point blank, I talked about it. I was like, the only thing that's going to happen is I know I'm going to get a little bit of body conflict. And the body conflict only happened twice, I think. One time on the rip when I was on the road, and I went to go turn, I think, with full brake. Yeah, that's what it was. So I went into a left-handed turn, right-hand rear slide, and then when I turned the wheel to counteract to try and get it to slip around the other way to get a right-hand turned, left-hand, slide, because of the way the brake was on, it obviously dove down the front, and one of the lugs obviously snagged the body, which was what I knew was going to happen anyway. But these kaijus, man, with the stock system, can you burn out your ESC? Can you, like what I said, can you overload it, or whatever the word I used was? Can you? Yeah, you definitely can. That's why the ESC shut down, because it detected too much load. There was too much load. So instead of the ESC frying and burning out and blowing the capacitor, it literally just said, hey, guy, what are you doing? Hey, guy, what are you doing? So I listened to it, and now I'm just gonna, yeah. This thing's awesome, man. How is it that a little 110 scale, you call it half a truck, how does a little 110 scale bring you just this much enjoyment? Because you can just get out there and rip it and, like, not break things. You know what I mean? Like, every single time I take out trash bag, it does not come back. You know what I mean? It's like this. I'm constantly having it over my shoulder every single time. It has not come back on its own. Do I like Traxxas? Come on. The post is right there. Traxxas is all right. Come on. They give you some RC stuff. They give you a reason to drain your bank account. You got to be happy with that. I got to figure out how I'm going to get all the dirt off of here. But anyways, I don't think anybody's talking to me, but I'm going to pop off the wheels. I am going to switch back to the factory stalkers because they actually work great. The cushion on them is awesome. But it's definitely not these tires. These tires smell like Harbor Freight. So when you walk into Harbor Freight, this is what Harbor Freight smells like. This right here. Smells like a Redcat Racing Kaiju. These copperheads, I ain't gonna put this thing to my nose. This copperhead smells like poop. I don't know what's up with it, and I did not drive, and I couldn't figure it out because this isn't the only wheel that smells like this. The other wheels smell like this tire too, and it's nasty. It's not right. There's something not right about the rubber compound that they're using on this. Maybe this is what's giving us the 19. I joke around, man. You never know. All right. I'm going to just turn the camera around and just keep going. Yeah. Inferior. Too bad. I won't be able to use these right now. I'm going to wait till I can get the proper barrel nut. That'd be the right thing to do. Come on, get on there. Man, I do want to rip these too, though, but I'll have patience. Should order up those hot racing ones. Should probably clean this stuff too as I'm putting it on. Stuff actually feels mint, which I'm very surprised with. No leaking shocks, which I would actually have expected. If these shocks were going to leak, I would have expected it by now. No leaking shocks. I almost feel like I want to put thread lock on there like I did before. Seems to help. And I don't, you know what? I didn't. I actually only thread locked the front, didn't I? Because I didn't mess with these back ones. I am going to toss just a little bit of thread lock on these. Just because if there was the possible chance for it to kind of come loose, because my back ones were factory loose. So I will put a little bit of thread lock on there. Addicted, what's going on? Still haven't figured out 17mm wheels for your Big Rock yet. I do have Hoons on. Yeah, dude. Did you up your pinion when you did the Hoons? It must look pretty funky with Hoons on there, man. Hoons are like literally just this size right here. GRC, lurking. What's going on, guy? GRC. Don't forget to wipe off your excess thread lock. Don't leave it on there. I gotta get the factory tires. But what I was saying, right? I mean, yes, maybe you might want to have a tire that has a little bit more grip, right? But think about think about the reason for and why the manufacturer does stuff, okay? They didn't give you a super aggressive bite like we were getting with I mean, look at the difference in bite. Do you know what I mean? So there's a couple of things going on with the reason why they did that. When you get additional bite, you're causing that much more stress. So, and these tires, they have these Ragnaroks. They have a certain amount of like stiffness and cushion. Sidewall's a little weak right in the lettered area, but and then these ones are hella heavy. You know what I mean? But these ones have a little bit more impact cushion. So I don't know, man. I like the Kaijus. I've got them on a bunch of vehicles. Do they balloon? Yes, they do. But I like that because it gives me air control. So, but these tires are good too. Surprisingly, it's going to allow enough slip so you can still go, but it's not going to tax the system. You know, good stuff. And then, like I was talking about, I do thread lock my nylocks because the nylocks eventually just don't nylock anymore. So I will throw a little dab of thread lock on there. And what size? This one, right? I think. So it does feel weird to go backwards, but like I said, I'm not going to run an inferior piece, and there's no intent of trying to make M2C look bad. It'll just make me look bad. So, yeah, what a shame. Really wish I didn't. And this is on there. So like I had said in the video, it definitely is key to let your thread lock. And I'll show you how I did mine. I do mine a little bit different. Instead of just getting it on the threads, the thread lock is actually on the actual piece itself. So I let the thread lock kind of blob over the edge, and it kind of just makes that like nut just grip that much better, you know? Turn the light on. I wish I wasn't taking these things off. I was having a blast. But I don't need any bent axles because of inferior stuff that I'm putting on. Right. Right. Still right. They're perfect. Right. Addicted. You're absolutely right. Now, Addicted, isn't that nice that, like, basically we, like, the group that comes here, like, has a place to be able to do what you just said? So you can literally, you're in chat, and if you're in chat, people can see you talking, like, I'm going to post a picture of what I'm talking about. I love that part. It's like, it's the RC Guy Garage community. I think it's pretty cool. But what I was talking about too, though, and I was talking about upgrades. Obviously, if people had like seen the channel, people know that I did upgrade to the hot racing hubs knuckles only because I broke the original one. But I did want to touch on something. So initially, when I was installing these, my meat hands did over tighten, I believe, the other side. So I did have to use the original. I don't know if I talked about this or not, but when you look at hot racing versus this, the original ARRMA screw is a lot longer. So what I did is, instead of using theirs, which was shorter, see how theirs is that much shorter? See how theirs doesn't even like grab through? All right, so this is the hot racing one. Doesn't even go all the way, right? It's just enough to basically thread into the arm, the threaded arm. I did end up stripping it out on that crash. So what I did is I took a lock nut. I used the original factory, drove it through, took a lock nut, cranked it on the bottom, and now it's mint. And it's not going to go anywhere. And I'm going to leave this one alone for now. I don't think I destroyed this one. Maybe I should check it while I'm here. But ain't going to check it because that one's too big. Where's the other one? Oh, I think I lost it. So I'm just going to check this to see if this is still tight. They were thread locked too. See, it's loose. Yeah, there is a possibility that one's stripped out too. So, crap. I think I might have to pull that one out. That one's loose, and I thread locked these, so I think this might be too much stress with the larger tires and wheels on that part right there. So I believe, yeah, here it is. So here's the one that came with the ARRMA. See? Fits it perfect. So I'm actually going to swap it out now because I don't want any issues later. I can already tell it's like literally, it's already loose. That doesn't, you know, give me a good feeling right there. It's not enough threads, man. Look at this thing. This is not long enough. Oh, the ball came out. Oh, man. Let's see. You know what? I think it's the metal. Yeah. It's thread locked to it. So I have to carefully grab it. Free it up. Oops. Hey, Creeper.
Hello.
What you doing?
Well, I was gonna look for your help.
What you need?
I was looking for something.
What you looking for?
Remember that document that you had found?
Oh, crap. The document that I found? Well, hold on. All right. No problem. All right. So, unfortunately, I'm going to have to try to hammer this out. Come on, guy. Dang. All right. Don't let the thread lock get on too many of your threads, obviously. There we go. Hey. Something worked for a change. There we go. I think that's it. Is that it? Or is it just spinning the metal? Oh, it's coming out. Perfect. Nothing wrong with that. There we go. All right. So something else that I had noticed too, when I was working on the Big Rock initially, why is the... I don't know why the lighting's garbage. Is literally a paper towel causing an issue? I don't know. See this piece? I was wondering what the little one of the little flange pieces broke off, and I was wondering what it was on my bench. So gotta be careful. Don't over tighten this thing. So where am I here? Installing this back into here. Throw that through. Now I'm just leaving that tight just the way it is right there. And you can see, I think you can see on the bottom there, you can see it sticking out, I think. Right there. So I'm going to take a lock nut. And I'll put a lock nut on the bottom just to give me a little bit more insurance. You haven't got, not everybody likes gold screws, right? But I tell you, man, this screw kit that I got with these little screws and washers and the little lock nuts and everything, it's been mint. I like switching over, you know, to these. I should have switched over, but I like switching over to these screws. It was a pretty cheap kit. So these are nylocks, but I am going to throw a little bit of Loctite right inside the nut. See how skilled I am when I say a little bit. Drip. Ah, not skilled. It's got sand all over it. See what happens on the live? Nah, yeah, I guess that's enough. Crap. All right. Good enough. Screw that bad boy on there. Loctite all over my fingers. Use the little pathetic wrench that they give you, which works. So much sand on my bench right now. Just going to keep that tight, lock this in. There we go, just like that. Now, you know what's kind of cool for me? See that? Why is that screen full screen? Like, it's full screen. I don't understand why it's full screen, but it works. It literally gives me a monitor. See, like, watch. I'll show you real quick. See how it gives me a monitor? It's pretty cool. See, the lag is there. 1, 2, 3, well, 3, 4 second lag. I like that. It's like gives me a full screen monitor. I don't know how it's doing it, but it's doing it. Looks like RC Driver just uploaded a video. You guys want to go check that out? RC Driver online. Perfectly powered Team Corrali Radix 4 buggy. Oh no, he did a shorts. Ah, no way. You know what's funny, right? Tony was kind of talking like about the algorithm. Tony's a smart guy when it comes to like numbers and stuff like that, right? So he was talking about the algorithm and how, you know, he doesn't want to play the YouTube games, but you know what? You got to play the game, man, because if you want YouTube to give you any source of income, you're going to have to, you work for them. Like, think about it. You think you work for yourself. Like when you do your YouTube, you really don't. You're still working for who is paying you. So if your content is junk, which is why I keep telling you guys, come on, do this. Every video, come on, throw a thumbs up, share the video. That way YouTube is like, oh, wow, let's throw ads on this. Because ads are what pays. So, but Tony was talking about like the shorts, and he was saying something along the lines of he doesn't want to play. He did a post. He doesn't want to play the YouTube, or he's going to play the YouTube game for a little bit. And I just made a comment to him, and I was just like, you know, guy, I mean, if anybody in their right mind, you know, thought that you were working for yourself doing YouTube, you kind of not. I mean, you are, but you're still not, though. You're still going to get a 1099 from them. You know what I mean? I thought I was done with that 1099 stuff, man. But YouTube's going to give me a 1099 this year, and I want to take that 1099 and throw it right back at them and say, you can eat it. You took how much of my stuff? They take 30%. Like when you guys give like a super chat or whatever, they take 30% of that. So if somebody does $10, they get $3 of that. I'm just like, you guys didn't do a damn thing to earn that. You're already getting the ad money. Why are you taking the people's money? That's what I don't like. I don't like that they take the people's money. They could take the advertisers' money. That's fine. Because that's what makes the world go round, right? Advertisements. But they shouldn't be taking your money, though. That's why I got the PayPal. I was trying to figure out a way to get around it. Addicted. Did a shorts video last night for a video that is up. Oh, nice guy. Yeah. Like I said, I thought it was funny. Literally, like this is the timing of it. All right. This is the timing of it. I did my first shorts video, right? I posted it up. It was probably up for like maybe an hour or two. And then all of a sudden, Tony puts up a video, or not a video, but a thing, and he's like basically saying, basically the shorts are crap. And I was just like, dude, I just posted it. Why are you saying anything now? Just because I posted? Trying to let me know I'm wasting my time? Tony's a funny guy. So I feel sad, man. I feel sad. I'm taking off M2C. $40. $40 down the drain. Nah, just $40 I just can't use right now. I just can't justify. I can't justify potentially, ruining something that was this expensive. So, and without the thread lock on there, these nuts go on like mint. But that's what it looks like. So if you want to go ahead and get yourself a piece of M2C, just make sure you thread lock it, because otherwise you may end up with an issue. And no, these barrel nuts don't work right. They'll work, but they don't work right. So I think that one's all set. Oh, wait a minute. What am I doing? I think that one's all set. No, it's not. I gotta put on the hex. I'm wondering why it's just spinning. Thing's doing a burnout. How come it's just spinning? So these ones were thread locked. So I will re-thread lock these ones. See what happens when you're watching the chat more than you're paying attention to what you're doing? So I'll put a little drop on there. Drop. Now I want to make sure that the hex is all the way on. Oh, uh-oh. Almost felt like that. Almost felt like that stripped. Not the threads. Almost felt like the set screw stripped. That could be a bad situation right there. And will I wait for this thread lock to cure before I rip it? No. You kidding me? I got ripping to do here. I don't want to wait. Waiting is for the time wasters. I'm an instant gratification kind of guy. I want to instantly be able to take this thing out and just rip it. I've got a full battery pack too that's ready to go. So there we go. Original Big Rock. It looks mint. It does look nice. This is definitely the way it should be ripped. I will throw the 17s on there. Like I said, I am going to wait. I'm going to wait until, like I said, until I can figure out what I want to do about the M2C stuff. I am going to wait. I don't want to, I keep just talking about it, but because I'm not wanting to like waste money, but technically I can. Good stuff, man. Nice thread lock on there. It was funny too. Mitch had asked me like if I thread locked it, and I was like, "Come on, guy." Of course I did. Did I wait for it to cure? Nope, I didn't. And he was like, "Typical mechanic." It's like, no getting guy. Typical impatient, you know. Got to make that flat rate buck. Whoop. Thought I lost a pen. But I don't want to get a call back, and this is a callback right here. My wheels are warped. Yeah, I know. You must have drove your Raptor like off a cliff. I know this side's mint because I had already. This side is the one that I had put the longer screw with the thing there. So everything's mint, man. I'm telling you, this Big Rock is a cool little truck, man. Very impressed with it. Oh, geez, I almost did it again. Not almost. I did do it again. I go to glance over at the chat, and I just grab the wheel and try and slap it on. Right, guy? Not waiting again. Just going to get out there and rip it. Yeah. Because I already know that with the stalkers on there, I'm not going to have that issue. But watch out for these set screws, though, man. They're not very deep. Maybe I shouldn't thread lock it. I think I'm just going to leave this one alone. They're really not very deep. Make sure when you put this... Oh, there it goes. When you go to put these on, 14s, in case you don't know, when you do go to put these 14s on, make sure you pull the axle and pin through. Whoa. What happened to there? That was weird. Right, 5846. Come on, guy! Ah, this one was loose. That's what I'm talking about. And I know why it's loose. It's not because of my thread lock. But this one was loose. There's a lot more stress on that. I mean, thread lock being dry probably would have helped, but when you see this, you'll see I've got that stuff. I got the thread lock smeared like all over it. Come on. Here I am. I'm marring up the M2C stuff. See how the thread lock should not have allowed this to be. See how it's dry? It should not have allowed it to come loose, but it did. Just it needs a couple more threads. That's it. In my opinion. Again, I am not a designer. The thread lock literally has locked the hex on, though. I will tell you that. Oh, getting dirt everywhere. So I'll have to pry this one off too, I'm guessing. pin go? Right into the sand. Nice. Just how you want it. Crunchy. Let's see. With the M2C, it literally has the tolerance to basically just slide in there, and it allows support. That's what I'm saying, like about the design quality of M2C, is that at least he's, you know what I mean? He's thinking. You know, this guy is definitely a thinker. I don't know if it's just him that designs it or if he's got a design team. Not sure. I'm under the assumption that it's just Mitch that literally just makes stuff, or that just comes up with stuff. I don't even know. But guy's got a definite good head on his shoulders, man. Just, it needs to be that much longer. Right there. See this right here, guy. It needs to be that much longer. But I'm just a hack. I'm just a hack. Hey, look at this. I'm actually putting the hex on because I haven't checked chat. Last one. Should check everything else. Oh, man, I don't know how this thing is surviving. No leaking fluid on the shocks. I'm waiting for this to just bust out. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for that to bust out. And that kind of would be deserved if that happens. Dan's, don't forget the right. Don't forget the hex. You need that +5 for the Creighton. Hey, GRC, while you're here and you just mentioned Creighton, how are your diffs doing, guy? I'm curious to know how your diffs are doing. There we go. Mint. Now here's the inside look. It is nasty inside. I will tell you that right away. Ready? Here we go. Abusive. It's like cement. Big rock abuse. Look at the cement in there. Dude, look at that. Dude, that is all cement. Look at it. Oh, for the love of God. You know what needs to happen? It needs to get ripped again. Is that a wire holder? No. Is that a wire holder back there? Is that a wire holder? Am I literally just seeing that for the first time? Right? It is. That's a stinking wire holder. Dude, I'm just seeing this right now because it's on the big C. See the big screen? I'm seeing this because of that. I didn't even know that there was a built-in wire holder. Oh, see, that probably would have stopped that from happening. You know, because when this brushes up against that nice metal bearing in there, when it's running, see what happens? Zap. There goes your batteries. Oh, I didn't even know there was a wire holder. You gotta be kidding me. That's awesome. Let's plug this in, see if it actually still works. The receiver box should be fine. Yeah. Both fans are going, right? Uh-oh, no, the other fan's not going. Motor fan's not going. There we go. Woohoo! Let's see if that's an issue. Nope. Just must have had a little chunk of dirt stuck in there. But yeah, I didn't even know. Oh my God, that's awesome. Let's see how this works. God, I didn't even know there was a built-in stinking wire holder. Gotta be kidding me. Look at all the mud in there. Does that really hold the wires though? Yeah, I guess it does, doesn't it? Oh my God. Wow. I did not know. I actually did not know that had a built-in wire holder. Wow. That is pretty slick. Check it out, man. I'm using this for the first time here. No way. See? I'm not embarrassed. I'm not embarrassed at all. And then this one can just stay here without wrapping anything. Or I could maybe wrap that, because that bashing around isn't a good thing. So maybe I can... Nah, I don't like that. Maybe that'll be all right, flopping around like that. Put it inside of there like that, I guess. Tighten that up. And then maybe go like that. Oh, wow. Puts a little stress on the wire, though. Yeah, you know, I don't like that. Definitely would stop the excessive flapping that I had, though. So what I don't like is what it's doing over here. You're pressing that down. It's putting too much stress on this area. So, yeah, I don't know. But I don't know. Either way, I didn't even know. Now I do. And that's that G.I. Joe thing, right? When you were a kid, no one's half the battle. So maybe if you've got different longer wires or something. The only thing, though, I don't like that. Look what it just did to my wire. That's no good. All right, forget it. Don't go using that wire holder. Guy just did to my stinking wire. All right, don't use that holder. Crap. I should break that thing off right now just because of that. It just broke my wire. Son of a gun. Don't use the wire holder. It's a piece of crap. Yeah, see that right there? Don't use this wire holder. Oh, my God. Yeah, all right. So we're wire holder free now because that just broke my wire. So I will have to put some kind of something on there. Crap. Dang it. But these connectors, though, I could just pop these through, throw some shrink wrap on there, and that should be good then. Well, either way, man, there you go. That big rock, I'm telling you. Oh, this camera's junk. I can't speak for any of the other vehicles. I've never had any other 3S anything from ARRMA. I don't have any 4S anything from ARRMA. I literally just have the big rock, and I'll point blank speak to this thing. That this thing rips really well. And the vented tire thing. How is it that people complain about ARRMA, man? I haven't been in this game. I haven't been in this game long enough to understand why people are complaining about ARRMA, but I seem to be okay with their stuff. Look what this big rock just did. Look how I'm treating it. Now I wonder if that's why the thing shut down yesterday. Maybe the motor was getting too hot. Like I said, I couldn't feel it with my fingers, so. Yeah, I don't know. What we got? Hour-long live stream. I think that's good. I'm gonna get out there. I got time today. I want to get out there and I want to rip it. You know, let Big Black gets a little bit of a break. You know, I can get out there and I can have a break. I can rip it with a nice little cup of coffee. Definitely, I could feel like in my voice I need some coffee. Got to clean up this mess. I'm just gonna rip this thing as is. I'm not gonna clean it. I'm not gonna nothing. I might take a rubber mallet to it, maybe. I'm just looking at the thing. I'm telling you, this thing is. I think Tony ran his over with a tractor. Did Tony show the breakage of his Big Rock? Like, I mean, I know he did a video repairing it, but did he show how he broke it? I don't remember. Like, I don't remember thinking that he had a video showing how he broke it, but maybe I'm wrong. I think he ran it over with his tractor. I think like he wasn't looking and he backed over it. That's what he did. He backed over his Big Rock with a tractor. That's why it broke. Even the diffs, right? So I'm spinning the diff right now. I can feel the resistance. So it to me, it feels like they do have proper amount of diff fluid in the front there, just by the way it feels like the resistance is. It has a good amount of resistance. Backside, I have no idea. Haven't checked it. So the back is definitely more resistant. So they definitely have a heavier diff fluid in the back. But at least it feels like they've got stuff in there. You know what I'm saying? Just by the way it's rotating, you can feel there's gooey goodness resistance in there. Yeah, I don't know, man. And look at the wheel. Look. Do you see it? Do you see it? It's not. I straightened that shaft. You can see the whole truck rocking. Yeah. I think you can see that it's straight now. So not too bad on the fastener straightening there. Don't like something like that. You can do it cold. I never put the antenna tube back on. Just noticing that right now. I don't even know the antenna tube is. I don't even know. Crap. Oh, there was an antenna tube here somewhere. Oh, it's dirt literally just flying everywhere. Well, I got a couple of batteries to charge. If you guys have the ability to get out there and rip it, don't waste your time using this wire holder. Because you're going to shred your wires. Can't believe that. Dumb. Also, like I keep saying, I'm not pushing the name, but I am. These Ovonic air packs, man. I've been running Ovonic for quite a while now. Ever since early 2019, I think it was. It was either late. No, I'm not early 2019. It was either late 2019. Yeah, I know it was, actually. Yeah, it was. No, wait a minute. When did I run Ovonics? It could have been literally the beginning to the middle of 2019 that I've been running Ovonic packs. And I like them. And I'll usually, like, obviously, if I come across as an issue, obviously, you know, you guys will be the first to know. I'll be like, I don't buy these. These are pieces of crap. But I haven't said that yet. And I think you can take this wrap off. I don't know why I have this wrap on here, but this wrap is still on here. The shrink wrap. Because it's a sealed pack, but I think usually I leave the shrink wrap on. I don't know why. Maybe I think like it's insulating the pack. Nitro, what's going on? Nitro, just go live, guy. All the people over here will jump out of my channel and go to yours. But anyways, I think I'm gonna end it right now anyway. ARRMA Big Rock, it's definitely a good little ripper, man. Like I said, there's those vehicles that I say I want to call them grab and goes, because think about it. You just take that thing, you grab it, and you just go. You don't always have to have like a 5th scale or a 7th scale or an 8th scale or whatever Traxxas Pro scale. You don't always have to have the big truck. I mean, look at the issues that I'm coming up with. I'm putting this little truck, I'm putting that thing up against an X-Max. And you tell me right now, based upon any of the footage that you've seen, how's it doing? How's the comparison going? Yes, the X-Max jumps further, can land harder, but can it? Can it really? Like, think about it. Can it? I've got the Friday, Monday build. Obviously, because mine can't take anything. Mine can't take a full speed tree hit. The Big Rock can. The Big Rock can take a full speed jump and not break. The X-Max can't. I mean, you can't say it's all my driving, because I'm driving this thing the same way. So, if you haven't watched those recent videos, make sure you go watch them. Don't forget, if you haven't put a thumbs up, go ahead, put a thumbs up. You want to do a thumbs down? Go right ahead. It's all up to you. The ball's in your court. What do you want to see for the channel? You want to see the channel grow? Do you want to see me become a millionaire? Come on, guy. I don't know. It ain't going to happen that way. A lot of people are like thinking, it's like literally, I think it's like, I think the percentage is like 98% of people that do YouTube, you fail. Like it just doesn't go. And I'm at that 98% right now. I'm not that 2% that, has, the content that just like screams and is like the content that everybody gravitates to. I mean, think about Cletus McFarlane, man. He was working with 13, 20 videos, and it's definitely a totally different, scale level. These are toys. This is a hobby. Granted, the automotive industry, that's also a hobby, but it's different. It has a different grab. Do you know what I mean? It has, I think, when you look at it this way, it also has a different ad revenue grab, because the people that are normally watching those shows, like, I mean, they're not all, a younger crowd. They're sometimes people that have, money, because they're looking at, what they like maybe want to do with their cars. I mean, and Cletus, he's very smart. Come on. The sayings that he's got, the fact that he called this place Freedom Factory, come on. The Screaming Eagle, the Hell Yeah Brother. I mean, come on. He even did tire stencils, which I made because I thought it was cool. Definitely a good idea. Come on. He came out with the mullet. I came out with the mullet hawk. Come on. So anyways, like I said, Big Rock, man, if you are thinking about, if you're like, I'll use a big word, if you're vacillating over whether you decide to get a Big Rock or not, no, man, go watch RC Dude 81 and the other guy there, Duperdash, Rich Duperdash. Go watch those guys. If you don't want to, if you think like, what I do is okay, go watch what they've been doing. They've been really beating on the vehicle. So, man, I think Rich is on 4S with that thing, right? Yeah, he's on Hobby Star 4S something. I got no idea what ESC is running, but I think he's pretty much 4S on that. He's changed his shocks, and he obviously has the M2C adapters and whatever tire and wheel configuration he's got. I have no idea, but they seem to work well. But even in its stock form, look at the thing. You know what I mean? Even in its stock form, The thing is pretty cool. You know what I mean? I'm definitely very happy with this little electric 110 scale truck. So I suggest you go out and get one. Keep saying it. And if you're going to go get one, buy one from where I got mine. Go to A-Main. Go to A-Main. Buy from A-Main. A-Main's not as big, but they're a good company, man. So far, they have treated me better than another company that was getting my money that will no longer get my money. So go to A-Main. A-Main's a good company. They're little, you know, but they also put out good videos too. If you haven't seen the, I pushed the video too, you know, the Traxxas ARRMA video, go watch that from A-Main. They did a very good job explaining why Traxxas, and then why, I mean, you don't see, I don't have an ARRMA poster. Traxxas sent me that. So, I mean, I don't see ARRMA sending me a poster. Hey, ARRMA, if you're watching, where's my poster? Guy, I could put it right next to that bad boy right there. Who knows? Maybe if it's good enough, it's big enough, you know, like this awesome Losi poster or my Hobao posters, like those are real race posters. Those came with like the rope and everything to tie them up. Traxxas's banner is like a piece of crap. I bet ARRMA's poster is probably pretty nice. ARRMA, come on, guy, send me one. Not like ARRMA's watching this, but hey, why not? You never know. You know, why not? Send me a poster. All right. I'm out of here. Thank you guys for coming to this COVID and Coffee episode 12. Just basically getting another look at, you know, the ARRMA Big Rock V3. We did talk a little bit about the quality of the machining and the use of materials of these M2C racing hex conversions. I am going to try another type of conversion hex. I am going to try hot racing, but I can definitely see the quality. I can definitely see the quality that goes into this stuff. You know, that is coming from, you know, the standpoint of an end user and somebody that's, you know, been, you know, in the mechanics, automotive, auto body, construction, landscaping type of world. This is my opinion, and I can have it. You can have it too. For $40, you too can have this. Just make sure you see this stuff right here. See this stuff? See this magic juice? Make sure you put this magic juice on, but when you do, let it dry, and then you should be trouble-free. All right, I'm out of here. Thank you guys for coming. GRC, we'll see you later, man. Jessica, we'll see you. Dodger Juke, let's go. Dodger Duke, Nitro, Sergeant J, Gaines, Rorschach, GRC, Dan, Kurt, Robert, Martinez. I can't say your first couple of names. I wouldn't want to ruin it. So I'll just say Martinez. Demo, Dazapaka. See, I love that name. That's a Bostonian way of saying that name right there. It needs an H. It needs an H at the end of Daza. And then Paka. Dazapaka. And we got, I think that's it. I think I caught up pretty quick. Like I said, you know what to do. See that right there? Michael, what's going on? Loads of upgrades. Jason Lee, what's going on, man? Trash it. What's going on, guy? Stoned. Stoned. Stone gets excited that people want to watch him play with his toys. Think about it. It's funny. Dude, think about it. The kind of guy that I am, man, or let's just say the kind of guy I was. Come on. I used to laugh at YouTubers. Like, I mean, I couldn't understand why my son was like watching YouTube videos. Like, I'm like, dude, get outside. Let's go mow a lawn, or let's go work on the truck, or let's go weld a frame, or you know what I mean? I was just like, because I had that mentality, you know, let's go build a stone wall. I mean, it's just like, let's get these things going. You know what I mean? Not this thing sitting on my butt here. You know what I mean? That's the part that kind of like starstrucks me, I guess, or if that's the right terminology for it. It's just like, it's weird to me. But then now that I do it, I'm understanding that there's a certain amount of just fun, and you're literally just sharing it. And I guess that's what I needed to get through my head, is that you're sharing, spreading, hopefully maybe a little bit of knowledge, not much from here, but a little bit of knowledge, maybe fun. And then reality, like I say about my channel, is that if I can provide a way for you to at least crack a smile, or if I've somehow given you a reason to laugh, like, I mean, that right there, I've always been that kind of like joke. Years ago, right? When I first started my company years and years ago, we'll go into a little bit of a story here before I go. When I started my company years ago, so I am more Italian than I am Scottish and Irish. So I call myself a Scottish, Irish, Italian. Okay. But when you look at the genealogy, I'm more Italian than I am the other two groups. So I'm a mutt, right? So of course, because I grew up around my Italian family, you would have sometimes that way of speaking, right? So we're talking back in 1996. Okay. When 96, 97, somewhere around there. Whenever I started my company, I don't remember. Could have been 2000. Might have been 2000. I don't know. 99. Somewhere around there. My answer machine message that I would leave. This is what people were calling my answer machine. And like the message that they would get was so unprofessional, but believe it or not, it like attracted people like to it. Because there were people that apparently would call my machine just to hear my message. Like, what was the latest message, like business message that RC Guy Garage, that I was going to leave at that time. And I think even one of them was like, and I'll say it this way. It's not the name of my company. I'll leave the name of my company out of it, but it would be like me being on the phone and be like, hey, what's going on? You reached RC Guy Garage. Go ahead and, leave a message, because if you don't, I'm going to find out where you live, and I'm going to break your arms, and I'm going to break your legs. You know what I mean? Like, I would leave a voice message like that. And like literally my phone would just literally ring. I swear to God, just for people to listen to the message. So I think some of the like builders and stuff, there was one guy that left a message. He was like, I don't know if you want to have a message like that. And I'm like, it's my company. And I was, I was only, how old was I? 27, I think. I think I was 27. I don't even know. But I think, they talk about one of my employees. His name was, we called him Botch. He was an awesome guy. And I called him a fake black guy because he was Dominican. And at the time he was always calling himself black. And I'm like, dude, you're Dominican. He was like, same thing. But this guy, he was like, hands down, all of the employees that I ever had, hands down, this guy was born to be, I mean, I wish that he would watch this. He was born to be a comedian. Everything that came out of this guy's mouth could make you laugh. I remember one time I hired a new white guy, right? And because Botch, and I'll just leave his name as Botch, because Botch already knew what to do on the job site, like he could basically just go off and he knew what to do, right? So I could leave him alone. The new guy, I obviously needed to train. So I knew I wanted to train him my way. So instead of having him train him, because sometimes that can be a pain, I wanted to train him my way. And I wasn't even thinking like how this whole scenario played out. but I had a broom in my hand, okay? And I was the one sweeping up, okay? I was cleaning. While my guys were working, I was like basically cleaning up behind them. And the guy shows up on the job site, and I won't even say what his name is. He was also a very good worker too. He was actually a amateur. I think it was an amateur UFC something, but I don't think like it wasn't UFC though. It was, I think he just called it grappling. So it was like the same thing. Like he had the knowledge. Real good fighter, like really good fighter. So he came onto the crew, and I had the broom in my hand, and I naturally, for some strange reason, I gave it to Botch, right? So here I am, I'm handing the broom, right? First thing out of this guy's mouth, he goes, and I'm probably going to mess it up because the way he said it was so awesome. First thing out of this guy's mouth, and he goes, you know, he used words that I won't use, but he said something along the lines of something like, "Oh, you got the new Wonder Bread coming on the job site, and all of a sudden I'm the cotton picker." Like, I mean, like everybody just was like, "What did he just say? The new white bread comes onto the job site, and now I'm the cotton picker." Even just that scenario right there, I'm telling you. And I think like when you go back on things, like I'm smiling, I'm laughing about it right now. And that's something that happened, what, 20 years ago? That guy brought so much fun and like enjoyment and lightheartedness to the whole crew that even if he was crappy at, which he wasn't, even if he was crappy at doing his job, I probably literally would have kept him on payroll just because of how fun he was, like how his one-liners, his ability to push a broom. No, but his ability to just like get people in a good mood. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's what my channel is all about. My channel is about having fun. So, I do plow videos. I do building a railroad tie wall. I used to build the old railroad tie walls, you know, with the heck is that stuff called? The tar there. It's called something. I forget what the heck it's called. Oh, that stuff was horrible. That stuff is so against the law. But anyways, look at that. See, look at my keyboard. My keyboard's got dirt and sand all over it from this big rock. But like I said, I'm going to charge batteries. Do not charge your LiPo batteries indoors. It's definitely not something you want to do. Pay attention to safety. Maintain your RCs. I'm going to take this out for probably 2 more rips. I'm just going to break it down. I'm going to clean it, take it completely apart, and like basically see why the diffs work as great as they do. I might lock up the rear end just a little bit more. I may upgrade to a 4S system if I feel like things are looking all right, you know, as far as like wearability of the truck. I may just upgrade because, man, I actually think this thing would probably, like with Rich and the RC Dude 81, I think this would definitely give me even that much more pleasure. I mean, this thing is awesome. Who knows? Maybe I might even upgrade to like Hobao shocks. That's right, I said it. Hobao, because Hobao, that company right there, makes really good quality stuff. People just don't realize it. So, all right, I'm out of here. Thank you guys for coming. Yet again, 3rd, 4th time I've said that today, but I wanted to share with you, just try to share with you like right there. Share with you the smile. Share with you the laugh. If you're one of those people that's a negative kind of person, hang out with somebody that's a positive person that can make you laugh, that can make you smile. Maybe I could be that guy. If I am, don't forget to give a thumbs up on this. If you think the channel's worth sharing, if you've got social media or whatever, and you want to share the channel, go right ahead. I'm not going to tell you to subscribe because you probably, hopefully, already have. Subscribe! No. I realized that literally you don't need to tell people to subscribe. You do need to tell people to do this though, but you don't need to tell them to subscribe because they already know what to do. At least that's my thought. I'm probably wrong. Probably should be telling everybody, ramming it home every single video, every single live. Don't forget to subscribe, smash that bell. You know, if that's what you're into doing. Oh, don't forget, if you want to learn how to do like photo and video like stuff, go over and watch Peter McKinnon and leave a message and go, dude, do you realize how many times the RC Guy Garage like says your name? And I'm not saying it so like I'll get his attention, although that would be cool. I'm not saying it. I'm just saying it like for you guys, like if you're really interested in learning some tips and things to maybe make your videos a little bit better. I don't even implement everything that I've learned from him because for me, it's a little rough, little hard, time consuming, whatever. So that's it. All right, I'm out of here. Later's Thin Digital. Is it Thin Digital? Thin Digital? What's going on, guy? Your message is right there, brother. Right. 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 Waffle. Right. That's not Tony Robbins. The YouTuber there, Kevin Talbot. He talks about waffling. Yeah. All right. See you guys later. I'm out. Gonna charge some batteries, but not indoors, because that would be bad. Right? Might do one of those other things tonight. We might. I don't want to say yeah because I've been stuffing my own foot in my mouth by saying, "Oh yeah, I'll see you guys later tonight," and it never happens.